What if solving problems didn't suck? Like, what if people just came to you and they were like, hey dude, I have this problem that I want you to solve. And instead of us being like, ugh, we were like, okay, sure, I'll solve that problem. And while we were sitting there solving this problem, say it's like this computer program that you have to build, what if instead of going like, every time something went wrong, you get that twinge of anger of like, shit, it's going wrong, it's not working, why isn't it working? What if we were like, wow, I wonder why it's not working. Let me go research this and figure it out, and just like, we were super calm and we were super tranquil about it, and we just slowly went on our way and figured it out, and eventually we learned a lot about why it was going wrong, how it worked, and then that let us fix it. And then we fixed that thing, and then like 5 minutes later, something else broke and we had to fix that. What if throughout this entire process, instead of being this pissed off, angry human being that was just impatient, like an impatient little child, wanting to get to the end where everything's working and everything's perfect, what if we just accepted that instead of that, like the true purpose of doing that thing is not to get it all working perfectly and then be done with it. It's like the whole marathon metaphor. You don't sign up for a marathon just to take a taxi to the end. You actually want to do the marathon, even though the marathon is hard. That's why you're doing it. You're not doing it to say that you've done it. You're doing it to sign up for the process of struggling and working and doing the thing. So it's the same with any problem that you're given in life. Anything you take on, any career path you take, any skill that you're learning, you're not signing up for it to reach the end. It's the same reason when you're looking for careers, you're not just looking at how much they pay, because that's looking at the career as a means to an end. You're just looking at it as, how much money am I gonna make? It's like, I'm trying to get to the end of the solution. I'm trying to get to the end just where I can say that I'm good and I'm done. Instead of looking at the career as an end in and of itself, like the problems that you're gonna face in that career, the things you're gonna have to solve, the pain and the struggle that's gonna come with solving those problems is the point. And the career and the pay and whatever the status, that's just an added benefit. But it's not the point in and of itself. I had this realization when I was doing one of my coding courses, and I just realized that even though I was stuck on this really hard problem and I was like not making any progress and I couldn't figure out what was going wrong, for like 2 hours I was stuck on the same like single line of code. Usually that would make me super pissed, or like at least frustrated. Like it would make most of us frustrated, right? Like, why is this stupid thing not working? But instead, I had this weird sort of tranquility about it, where I didn't even mind that I couldn't figure it out because I was so just curious about why it wasn't working. And I was just researching and I was learning more about it, and I was trying to understand, like, why isn't this thing working? I'm confused, but I'm not angry. And then eventually I figured it out, and I was like, huh, that was a really interesting experience. What if you applied that mindset to the rest of your life? And if you look at it, you pretty much have to have this mindset if you're going to have any chance of doing something important in the world and also like having some sense of well-being, right? Because if you sign up to say start a company that's trying to solve this problem, which is what any company is, and any job is also that, right? We're all trying to solve problems. That's what you get paid to do, is solve problems. If you don't approach that life of solving problems with a mentality of like, it is okay for things not to work, that is why I'm here, that is the point of everything, I'm expecting it not to work. I'm expecting, and that is the point. The point is not for it all to work perfectly and for me to not have to do anything. That's not the point. The point is for me to find engagement and fulfillment and joy when things don't work. That's literally the point of like being fulfilled in a job, is being okay when things don't work, because you understand that's the vast majority of the time. And every now and then you get it to work and that's a little excitement, but then not like dreading going back to fixing something and solving another problem. And there's another parallel, this video is all over the place, but another dichotomy is the realization that I've slowly been coming to in my life is that I get a lot more fulfillment and joy out of just actually working instead of leisure. And I don't think I'm that much of a weirdo for that. I think there are plenty of other people who experienced the same thing. And for me, it just came from really becoming self-aware, or more self-aware, of how happy I actually was in those moments of leisure. Like when you're sitting and watching Netflix, how happy are you actually feeling? Or you're wasting time on YouTube and you're like eating and watching YouTube. I do that a lot still. But I've become more and more aware of how, like, even though I look forward to it throughout the day, it's really not that innately fulfilling when I actually do it. It's over pretty quick. And that's whole, like, connected to dopamine response and dopamine release, and all this anticipation is the highest before we actually do the thing. And then as soon as we do it, we're actually like start to lose interest in it immediately. Like me talking about earlier, like as soon as I'm eating something, as soon as I take the first bite, I'm already thinking about the next one, and I'm thinking about the next meal and the next item I can have because it's new and exciting. It's all intertwined. But fundamentally, the realization is like, the true fulfillment lies in just like solving the problem and sitting there and powering through things not going well. That's where true fulfillment lies. And if you look at any of like the really fulfilled people, I feel like that's what they figured out, is they're not chasing these like chemical drives of dopamine and serotonin and all these things. Instead, they found something that they enjoy solving problems in or about. People who love their work, that's the definition of loving your work, is you found the kind of problems that you like solving. And that's, I think, success in any career, is finding the kinds of problems you like solving. It's not about the leisure, it's not about any of the other things we want, status, money, fame. It's really not about that. It's about finding the kinds of problems, kind of struggle that is innately fulfilling to you in some way. And struggle doesn't even have to mean like unpleasant to do. Like I was saying, my experience the other day, solving this problem was technically struggling in some way, but it wasn't emotionally struggling. It wasn't like physically struggling. I was struggling in the sense that I didn't have it figured out and I had to think and solve problems, but it wasn't struggling that I really hated the process. And I think that's my ultimate point with this rambly ass video, because I've kind of gotten tired, at least right now, of scripting everything out. I went a little overboard with the scripting, and I like doing a little more free flow. I don't know. If any of you care and these are too rambly, just tell me. Ryan, shut up, put some more structure in. If not, then I'm gonna keep doing these or whatever I feel like, because that's what this channel is supposed to be. So, thank you for watching. Here's another video. You should watch it. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's good because I made it. There's the arrogant asshole coming out again. Thank you everyone for watching. Mahalo and take care. Toodles.